What's up, future millionaires? It's Mike the Investor, and as the title says, crypto market regulation is bullish. At least that's what I think. Call me crazy, right? And so what we're going to be covering in this video, we're going to look at some key statements from some big time people regarding the $1 trillion infrastructure bill regarding cryptocurrency. Secondly, we're going to briefly kind of talk about what I think about regulation and cryptocurrency. And then thirdly, I want to look at the entire cryptocurrency market cap because we have seen the market start to recover. We had hit a low of 1.2 trillion, and now we see the market at the time of this video over 1.9 trillion. And so before we dive into it, definitely take advantage of grabbing some free Bitcoin by using the Voyager and BlockFi link down below, where you can earn passive income just for holding your cryptocurrencies on those platforms. Now, it doesn't get much better than that. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, crypto investors, welcome back to the channel. Now, there are timestamps down below if you do want to look at some specific parts in this video, but let's go ahead and dive into a few key points coming from the infrastructure bill for 1 trillion regarding cryptocurrency. So according to time.com on Next Advisor, says new cryptocurrency regulation is tucked into a $1 trillion bill that is making its way through the US Congress this week. Although two leading Republican senators disagree on the proposal to increase tax reporting on cryptocurrency transactions. But it gets better. Let's go ahead and dig in a little bit more. So the first part of the $1 trillion infrastructure bill, it says companies that facilitate digital asset trades like crypto exchanges, increasing their tax reporting responsibilities to help the IRS better track crypto-related tax evasion. And so look at the SEC. Let's see what they have to say. The SEC will police cryptocurrency to the fullest extent. The asset class is rife with fraud, scams, and abuses in certain applications. And so as we move on down, that's a pretty hefty statement as well from the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. And so we can see here in both committees, they're talking about the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, and they're also talking about the House of Subcommittee on National Security, International Development, and Monetary Policy. It says both committees gathered witnesses from across the cryptocurrency space to discuss ransomware and cybersecurity attacks, the potential creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency, also known as CBDCs, the need for regulation, effects on financial services industries, and more. So you can see they're talking about a lot as well. And then one other thing as well that doesn't really have to do with too much regulation, but it also gives us a big sign with one of the biggest e-commerce in the world, known as Amazon. So Amazon posted a job looking for an expert in the field of digital currency and blockchain technology. So right there, when Amazon starts getting their hands in the space, which honestly, I truly believe that Amazon has been in the space well before 2017. That's just my personal thought. But when we start to see this publicly, we truly see that people understand that crypto is the future. And so there's one other thing I kind of want to talk about on this article here. Let's jump back into it. So it says the European Union proposed regulation of private cryptocurrency transactions to try and stop crypto crime. The Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen urged U.S. policymakers to instate regulation for stablecoins. I also have a quick passage I want to show you on stablecoin regulation as well, coming from Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve. All right, and so the Federal Reserve chairman says U.S. might need more crypto regulation, but long-term hodlers of Bitcoins like Ethereum and Bitcoin probably don't need to worry about changing their strategy. And then the last part here is major cryptocurrency exchange Binance is no longer authorized to operate in Italy, according to a statement from Italian regulators. And so we can see that this regulation goes further than just the US. And so the other thing I want to show you here is talking about the statement on stablecoin regulations, and this is coming from Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve and Janet Yellen. Check this out here. And so the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, has spoken about stablecoin regulation recently too, while testifying before the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services earlier this month. Powell said that if stablecoins are going to be a significant part of payments in universe, we need an appropriate regulatory framework, which we frankly don't have. have. So now let's take a look at what Janet Yellen has to say about stablecoins. And so we can see that she coordinated a meeting with the President Working Group on Financial Markets to discuss the rapid growth of stablecoins. Now, potential uses of stablecoins as a means of payment and potential risk to end users, the financial system, and they also talked about national security. And so what are my brief thoughts on all of this regulation talk, on stable coins, on cryptocurrency as a whole? If you haven't got anything out of this video, I want you to get this. So listen to me closely. If crypto wasn't here to stay, why would the government and big financial institutions want to regulate this asset class? Because if crypto wasn't here to stay, why would they waste their time with trying to regulate this asset class? So if you haven't got anything out of this video and you are new to crypto, I want you to understand crypto and blockchain is here to stay. With regulation, yes, it is going to take out a lot of cryptocurrency that is here now. But with that being said, crypto regulation is needed for crypto to take that next step up. And also, I think some people fail to realize with the crypto market being so small, yes, crypto regulation may take out a lot of coins. Yes, it may limit certain gains, but with the cryptocurrency market being so small, we are still going to see tremendous amounts of gains, tremendous amounts of wealth coming into this space. So do not get scared about crypto regulation, about stable coins being, regulated. This is all part of the process. Foundations are being laid so crypto can take that next step up. Crypto and blockchain is the future. This is the new payment structure. This is the new way things are going to be done on blockchain. And one thing that you probably haven't noticed about the cryptocurrency market, before we hit January this year, the market was under 1 trillion. It didn't hit a 1 trillion asset class until 2021. And so when the market hit that full all-time high, currently when Bitcoin hit 64.9, the cryptocurrency market cap as a whole was 2.6 trillion. And over the past 90 days, it dropped all the way under 1.3 trillion to about 1.2 trillion. So that's half of the market cap gone in a short amount of time. And at the time of this video, it is over 1.9 trillion, which we're about to look at right now. So let's go ahead and look at the entire cryptocurrency market cap. So this is CoinGecko.com, and we can look at the current market cap at 1.9 trillion. The entire market is up about 5.9%, and we can see the current volume is 137 billion, and the volume is still considerably low compared to where it was when things was really pumping back in April. Just imagine where things are going to go with more adoption. We got regulation coming in, which people may look at it as a negative, but I look at it as a positive because what this is showing is the full potential and why crypto is here to stay. This is also showing that the big money understands that crypto is here to stay. Yes, there's scams people need to be mindful of, but at the same time, the government, financial institutions, they understand how much money is coming into this space. And so trust and believe. Taxes, they're going to get their cut when people are making loads and loads of money. And so when you think about that from a standpoint, that goes to show you like, man, maybe I do have my hands on something here. Why do you think the government wants a piece of your profit? It's because they understand crypto is the future and we have so much money that is going to come into this space. But back to the crypto market cap. So we can see here, I want to go to the 90-day. I just want to show you guys something that maybe haven't been in the cryptocurrency market that long. In doubt, zoom out. And let's go all the way to the left here. And I want to show you, if you look right here, we can see 2.5, but the market cap actually hit 2.6 trillion. This was May 11th, and we are in August now, about the second week of August, and we can see the market cap is now 1.9 trillion. But let's see how low the market actually got. This is 1.3 trillion here. It actually got to around 1.2 trillion. There's 1.250. So you can see there it is, July 20th, and now a couple months later we can see we are now $700 billion back up, brings us to the 1.9 trillion. And so this is why you never want to panic, on good cryptocurrencies, definitely if you've done your due diligence, because there's always going to be news that swing the market. And then also with that being said, people say the market drops, and then people say crypto is going to zero. Well, if crypto is going to zero, the government would not waste their time trying to regulate this asset class, right? And so this is also why they're making a big deal on stable coins, because stable coins is the infrastructure of cryptocurrency payments, because we have to have that stable currency that we can trade back and forth for goods and services. And that's why stable coins are so important. And so let's kind of talk about everything we covered in this video. The first thing we dived into was some key statements from government officials and things like that regarding the $1 trillion infrastructure bill pertaining to cryptocurrency. Secondly, we took a look at briefly on what I thought about crypto regulation. I definitely think it is a plus, and I also think it is bullish for the overall market. And the third thing we dove into is the overall cryptocurrency market cap, where we were around 1.2 trillion to how we hit a high of 2.6 trillion, and now we are sitting around that 1.9 trillion. And so when you understand how markets and things like that work, things will come back up. And so this is why you never want to panic sell. And now this brings me into kind of where I see the overall cryptocurrency market going by the end of the year. Now, this is not financial advice, just kind of my personal thoughts on what I think could potentially happen. So take this with a grain of salt. And so if we look at the all-time high of the cryptocurrency market cap, 2.6 trillion, Bitcoin was a 1 trillion asset class, and the rest of the market was 1.6 trillion. And so let's just say the market doubles that, right? That will put Bitcoin at 2 trillion, and I will put the altcoins at 3.2 trillion. And so if we combine 2 trillion plus 3.2 trillion, that's going to give us 5.2 trillion. Now that's in a perfect world, right? And so I believe if things go completely crazy, now this could be the end of the year or going into towards the beginning of the year, but I believe we're going to see close to or around a $5 trillion overall cryptocurrency market class. That is just what I see, but we're definitely going to need Bitcoin to hit that 100,000+ mark, which I definitely think is doable this year, depending on, what happens in the market. In the future, is it going to happen? Definitely. But the question is, will it happen this year? And I definitely think it's possible. If we look at the current price of Bitcoin, it's around, 45,000 at the time of this video. 1x from there gives it 90K, and then 10 more thousand is going to give it that $100,000. So it's not as far off as some people may think. If we look at Bitcoin going from 3K to 20K, that's over a 5x. And so when we look at 45K to 100K, that's less than a 2x. Yes, it's more money, but we also have a lot more money flow coming into the crypto space as a whole. And so that's kind of my thoughts on crypto regulation, the overall cryptocurrency market cap, and where I potentially see it going by the end of this year going into next year. Once again, I can be wrong on that, but I just kind of want to share with you what I see as far as my outlook. And so if you enjoyed this video, definitely smash the like button. It definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm, and also share this out with someone you know. If you haven't connected with me on my social platforms on Twitter or Instagram, definitely consider connecting with me at Mike the Investor. Also be mindful of the spam and fake accounts out there. And if you haven't checked out the Patreon, link is down below. But that's all I got for you. Remember to stay inspired, stay motivated. Always remember to invest in yourself, and I'm out.